Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we journey back in time, over 5,000 years into the past, to the dawn of Chinese civilization. Imagine a vast, untamed land, a land of sprawling mountains and dense, endless forests. This was ancient China. Here, people lived in scattered, nomadic tribes. They had no written language, no organized farming, and no permanent homes. Life was a constant struggle for survival, a daily battle against brutal storms, ferocious beasts, and the gnawing pangs of hunger. But then, out of this harsh and chaotic world, three legendary figures emerged. They were not kings who ruled with iron fists, but wise and benevolent leaders who guided humanity out of the darkness and into the light. They are celebrated in legend as the three sovereigns: Fuxi, Nüwa, and Shennong. Their stories are not just myths. They are the foundational tales of a civilization, representing the very virtues that would shape a nation for millennia to come. Let's begin with Fuxi, the first of these great sovereigns, a ruler renowned for his profound wisdom and boundless compassion. When Fuxi looked upon the world, he saw people living like wanderers, with no stability, eating whatever they could scavenge from the land. Moved by their plight, he decided to change their destiny. He taught them how to weave nets from vines, to catch fish from the rivers, and how to hunt more effectively. He showed them how to build simple, sturdy shelters, protecting them from the biting wind and the pouring rain for the first time. But Fuxi's greatest gift was the gift of knowledge. He was a keen observer of the cosmos, spending countless days and nights gazing at the stars, studying the flow of the rivers, and mapping the contours of the sky and the earth. From these intricate patterns of nature, he divined the bagua, the trigrams. These were powerful symbols that helped people decipher the rhythms of the natural world. With the bagua, they could understand the changing seasons, predict the weather, and know the perfect time to plant their crops and when to harvest them. Beyond survival, Fuxi understood the importance of community and social order. He encouraged the people to form stable families through the institution of marriage. By living together in structured units, they became stronger, more united, and learned to live in peace with one another. Under Fuxi's enlightened leadership, the era of chaos began to fade. People were no longer just surviving. They were building a society. They had knowledge, they had homes, and for the first time, they had hope for a brighter future. Even with the progress brought by Fuxi, the forces of nature remained a formidable and often cruel power. Devastating floods, violent storms, and terrible disasters would strike without warning, threatening to undo all that had been achieved. In this time of peril, the second sovereign appeared, Nuwa, a gentle and powerful goddess. Looking down upon the world, she felt it was too lonely and desolate. So, she went to the banks of the Yellow River, gathered the rich yellow clay, and began to shape it into small figures. With each one she crafted, she breathed the spark of her own divine essence into them, and they sprang to life. These were the first humans, born from the earth and the compassion of a goddess. But one day, a cataclysmic disaster struck. A great battle between gods tore a gaping hole in the sky, causing the celestial pillars that held it up to collapse. Fiery destruction rained down, and monstrous floods swept across the land. Mountains trembled, and the world was plunged back into chaos. Nuwa could not bear to see her beloved creation, humanity, destroyed. With immense determination, she embarked on a divine mission. She journeyed across the world, gathering 5 colored stones of immense power. Using her sacred fire, she melted them down into a molten essence and meticulously mended the shattered sky, sealing the terrible rift. To restore stability to the heavens, she used the legs of a colossal cosmic turtle to replace the broken pillars, propping up the 4 corners of the world once more. The torrential rains ceased. The raging rivers calmed, returning to their banks. And finally, peace was restored to the land. Nuwa, the creator and savior, became an enduring symbol of love, creativity, and the unwavering power to protect and nurture life against all odds. After Nuwa healed the world, a fragile peace settled over the land. But humanity still faced two ancient enemies: persistent hunger and debilitating disease. This is when the third great sovereign, Shennong, came to prominence. Shennong, whose name means divine farmer, saw that people still relied on the whims of nature for their food. So, he taught them a revolutionary new way to live. He showed them how to fashion plows to till the soil, how to select and plant seeds, and how to cultivate their own crops. For the first time, people could grow their own food. Villages evolved into stable farming communities. The endless wandering for sustenance was over. Shennong also established the first markets, creating spaces where people could gather to trade their surplus grain, vegetables, and goods, fostering commerce and community. But perhaps Shennong's most courageous contribution was in the field of medicine. To discover which plants could heal and which were harmful, he embarked on a perilous quest. Legend says he personally tasted hundreds of different herbs, roots, and leaves. He meticulously documented their effects, noting which ones could soothe fevers, heal wounds, or ease pain. It's said he was poisoned dozens of times in a single day, surviving only through his own knowledge and resilience. Through his incredible self-sacrifice, the foundations of traditional herbal medicine were laid. He is forever remembered as the divine farmer, the father of both agriculture and healing, who taught humanity how to sustain and mend itself. Fuxi, Nuwa, and Shennong, the three sovereigns. Their stories are far more than just ancient myths. They are the allegorical pillars upon which Chinese civilization was built. They represent the foundational virtues of wisdom, love, and perseverance. Fuxi gave the gift of knowledge and order. Nuwa bestowed the gift of life and protection. And Shennong provided the gift of sustenance and healing. Thanks to their legendary teachings, a magnificent civilization began to blossom along the fertile banks of the Yellow River. Their epic tales have been passed down through countless generations, a timeless source of inspiration. They remind us of the power of wisdom, the strength found in unity, and the incredible things humanity can achieve when driven by compassion and a desire to build a better world. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into history and myth. We'll see you in the next video.